Hi, ever wonder what it's like to work another profession or live in the underworld? Listen to unsuspecting riders give a 10 to 15 minute personal masterclass as I spontaneously interview them as they enter my taxi. I'm your host, Simon Rushton, and this is Taxi Chronicles. Today we have a guy all the way from Ethiopia, a very intelligent guy. He's a lawyer and he's going to tell us about his life experience and what he's doing today and where he's coming from. So nice to have you here today, Mohammed.
Oh, thanks very much. What do you want? What do you want to know?
Oh, you were telling us a story about your investment in
Ethiopia.
Ethiopia.
Yeah. So
telling us about when you were 16. So let's
Yeah.
take it from there.
So basically, when I was 16, it was the first time that I went back to Ethiopia. I was born there, but I left for the Netherlands when I was 2 years old. So when I went back to Ethiopia, I had some savings, not more than £5,000. And basically, what happened is I went back and I saw all this unused land. And this is before the coffee thing was big. This is like in 2000 early 2000s. And basically my uncle was there and I asked him, so what is this, why is this land empty? And he's like, well, no one knows what to grow, and it's expensive to grow something if you cannot sell. So I said, okay, interesting. I said, well, how cheap is it? How much does it cost? I assume it was cheap. So he told me he said it's 4,500 for I don't know how many. I don't know the measurements. In
40 by 50 or 40 by 80?
It's 2 football fields.
Okay, so what 4 acres is a football field, I think.
So it's 2 football fields. That's sort of the size and the dimension.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's a bargain. So I bought it. I got the money wired. I bought it, and then my whole family was against it. They thought I was wasting my money. So I said, no, it's always good to have land and property, even if you don't know what to do. You have it. Anyways, for the next 3-4 years, it was just empty. I didn't do anything with it. I'm in the Netherlands studying, living my life. I've no active participation. And then what happened is, like 5 years later, my uncle calls me from Ethiopia and he says to me, do you want to rent your land to some Ethiopian coffee growers? And I said, of course. And he said, how much do you want to charge them? I said, well, if they pay the rent, everyone pays the rent. There's like 20 of them. If they pay the rent, they can keep their own profit of the whatever they make. So they start paying me the rent. In the beginning, it was a bit like, I don't know. The first 2 years was like, every month they send me £200.
Okay.
I give £50 to my uncle for the administrator, the cost or whatever. So I get £150 in total. But what I realized then is, like, after the 3rd year, there are more people that want to grow coffee there. Because it's so cheap, I realized there's more people that want. So I realized, okay, I need to raise the price. So I asked my uncle how many people wants to grow there, and it turns out more than 50 people.
More than 50 people want to grow coffee.
Yeah, because it's cheap land. Apparently, my land is undervalued. I gave them a low price. Anyways, I said to him, okay, let's make it 1,000 a month. And I still have people wanting on a sort of a waiting list, short list. I have people. So after, let's say 9 years, I make 2,500 a month, just by owning the land.
Sterling.
Pound,
yeah.
Yes.
So what have you done? Bought more land?
No. What happened is the government sort of understood that a lot of outside investors are buying up the land. They blocked it. I cannot buy more land, and also if
the government stopped you from buying more land.
Yes, because they understood that there's too many outside investors that are basically buying up all the lands.
Okay, but you're not outside. You're a local.
Yeah, but I'm not there basically.
Okay, so if you live there,
it would have been different. But it's not about me. It's about on a macro level. It's too many people who are not living in Ethiopia who basically bought the lands for cheap.
Yeah.
and I'm reaping the benefits.
So what have you considered? Obviously, you haven't finished your story.
Oh, well, that's sorry. I mean, basically, it was the best investment I've ever did.
No. But what I was going to say, have you considered growing coffee yourself?
No, because I could do it if I had time and everything. But I work in London now as a Dutch lawyer.
Yep.
So I don't have time to really like go into the details.
But you got your uncle there.
Yes, but my uncle, he's just a guy. He's more like a security guy. He's not the serious person. You know what I mean?
Oh, you need to find a serious member.
Yeah, but if I'm not there, you cannot trust the people to do your bidding for you.
Yeah.
It's just the truth because you're not there, basically.
I understand.
Yeah, so...
Because what I was thinking, sorry, Mohammed, I was thinking is that if you started to grow coffee, then you could say to the government, actually, I'm providing jobs for locals and I'm coming back here to retire, let me buy more land.
Exactly, but also another thing is the reason why for now, right now it's easy for me is because the people that are growing the coffee are more like independent contractors. They're renting the land from me, so I don't have to provide them anything. But if I start to pull them in as employees, well, then we're talking about providing them all kinds of
healthcare.
Yeah, and if I'm not there and I don't know the system, I don't speak the language, by the way. It's going to be very tricky.
Oh, okay. Are you going to learn the language?
No.
Are you going to? You're not.
No, it's too complicated.
Come on.
No, it's too hard.
Mohammed, man.
I speak Dutch.
As an Ethiopian.
I speak Dutch.
Okay, you Christian, Jewish?
Muslim?
No, you're Muslim.
No, I converted as a Catholic.
You converted to the Catholic?
5 years ago.
Because you got the oldest church there. You've got great heritage as a people.
No, I was born in a church.
Yeah, I know, but what
it's
I'm saying,
Orthodox. It's an Orthodox church.
Yeah, I understand that. But what I'm saying, Ethiopia has a great heritage.
Yeah,
so you must learn your language.
I tried and I love it, but the only way to learn it, in my opinion, is to move there for a year or two and pick it up. But here in London or in Europe, it's very hard to learn Ethiopian more than any other language because it's such a rare language. You don't have a good textbooks. You don't have any classes for it. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
It's more about the structure and the way to learn than anything else.
Yeah. Okay. Is it Aramaic?
It's Aramaic, yeah.
Oh, so it's the biblical language.
Yes, it is.
Ah, yeah.
You know, it's the second country in the world that became Christian after Armenia.
Oh, is it?
Yes, Ethiopia, yeah. As a country, not as
a group of people.
Because the people that converted Ethiopia as Christian were 7 monks from Syria. Mm-hmm. But Syria itself, as a country, was not Christian, but there were people that were Christian. Mm-hmm. But in Ethiopia, when the queen that was there, she heard about the gospel, she decided the whole country should be Christian. So after Armenia, Ethiopia was the second country in the world that became Christian. Mm-hmm. A lot of people actually don't know because a lot of people have this idea that in Europe and in the West is the sort of
they're secondary.
Yeah,
it's like I always say, like in construction, they talk about how they got all these houses, but if you look at the houses, they're all based on African construction, which is in Egypt.
Yeah, no, and also when it comes to the history of Christianity, it's also in a way when it comes to West Africa, it's about the history of colonialism. Yeah. Some countries were forced to become Christian. Yeah. But Ethiopia was, in a natural way, became Christian.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, so I like it. It's interesting.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. So you earned your money at the beginning from working. You were 16. You were working in a factory. You said.
Yeah, I when I was young, I always used to provide for myself. In the Netherlands, you can start working in the summers when you're 15. So when I was 15, I started working, like doing paper rounds and, in the construction jobs and stuff like that.
So you have a very good work ethic.
Yeah, but sounds like it. I understand the work better. Shall I tell you why? I was really lazy when I came to school, but I became much better with school after I used to work in the summers in a construction job because I was like, if I don't have a good education, this is what I have to do. Yeah. It drove me. After the summer, when I go back to school, I will be on it.
I don't want to do this.
Yes.
I don't want to do this. Let me study, Dad. Give me the book.
Yeah.
Anything else I need to learn?
It's actually the truth.
That is some manual labour. Really put Mohammed right, boy.
Yeah.
You feel manual. I take it. You're a big guy.
But you know what? I didn't hate itself, the work itself. You know what I hated?
What?
The hierarchy and the management. Because it's really like when you do construction work or manual labor, there's always these stupid people that are above you that don't work, they don't do the job, but they tell you what to do.
Like the site managers.
Yeah, and that's what I really got upset about.
So I'll tell you a secret, Mohammed. I used to be a site manager for 10 years on big construction sites.
I don't mind, because you know, if I was the same job, I would love it.
Yeah.
It's about, you don't have to do anything, but you have to tell other people to do something.
I'll tell you one thing, and this is not like just general bitching, but site management job is really demanding.
Yeah.
I won't say hard, I say demanding.
Yeah.
Because you've got to be the first one there to open the site. You've got to be there.
Yeah, you have the responsibility.
Not just to open the site, you've got to check the site for safety and if things change, all these things. You've got to be the last one to leave. Everybody's got a problem on that site comes to you. Whether it's local authority, whether it's the architect, the client, engineer, or the site team, or the labourer, they always come to you.
Yeah.
The buck always stops with you. So if the job's good, everybody says, yeah, I did my bit. If it's bad, it's always your fault.
Of course, you have some responsibilities. But if you are in a different position, then you don't like it. But it depends also, depends on the person itself.
Yeah, it depends on the manager.
If you're a good one, you treat it with dignity. But some people, they don't know how to talk to people.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Some people, but then you do get some labourers who just want to do what they want to do.
Of course.
My brother was one of them.
Yeah, it's like a cycle. Some site managers become cynical with the labourers because some of them are not serious people. But it affects the people that are actually honest and they want to be treated nice. So it's like you can never get it 100% right all the time. But the only thing I would say is like, in general, my experiences working in like manual or construction or even paper rounds actually gave me more drive to do well. Okay. So that's I'm actually really happy that I've done it, even though I used to hate it a lot. But for me it was the most important thing that ever happened to me.
I understand. So, if you could do it all again, would you change anything?
No, not really, because when I became a lawyer in the Netherlands, I worked in Amsterdam for 1 year after I completed my studies, and then I left for the United States. I did my master's in Berkeley, California, and I came here after. But I will always, if I do it all over again, I will always leave the Netherlands, because the Netherlands, as a black, Arab, Somali, Ethiopian, East African, it doesn't matter what job. But if you are in that ballpark, and you become, let's say, a lawyer or something like that, it's very difficult, because the Netherlands is not like the UK. It's a very small country. And they are okay and very open if you have a job in a certain category. If you get too high, then you're competing with the people elite, because the jobs they're not many. It's a small country. It's not like the UK.
But the population's small.
Exactly. So if you go higher, you're competing with the elite.
Yeah, but then argumentatively, and I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. I've heard that before, so I understand what you're saying. Is whether it's a big population or a little population, the principle is still the same. If you go up the ladder, you're competing with more of the people who consider themselves elite.
Exactly, this is the thing. And this is the big problem for me.
It's funny because when it comes to that kind of mindset, when it comes to, let's say, the white collar work industry, you can be seen as a threat. But when it comes to sports, especially individual sports, boxing, they can't say anything. No, they may not like it, but they can't say anything.
100%.
Because you are proving I can knock people out. This is what I do.
But a lot of jobs, and I would say, a lot of the sort of like office jobs, it's not about who's better. There's a lot of people who don't even deserve the position that are in the position. You know what I mean? So, but the most important thing is about when you are in that position, and even if you get the position, like for example, when I got my first job as a lawyer in the Netherlands, I would still have one of the things I will never forget is, and it had such a big impact on me, is when one of my colleagues came to me with a bucket and some cleaning stuff. They said, "Oh, it's Friday. It's quiet today. Why don't you start cleaning?"
As a lawyer.
I'm a lawyer. She's a lawyer too. And I was like, and I looked at her. I said, "What the hell are you talking about?" I said, "Get the hell out!" And then after that, obviously, this is not the first time that something like that happened to me. So I said, "Okay, let's go to the director. We need to talk about this." And of course, after she will apologize, but it's this.
And she was serious.
She's very.
Wait, was she your senior?
She's not my senior.
Why on earth would she come with that?
Because it's about, what it is.
She's trying to demean you.
I think a lot of people from, I would say, the Anglo countries, they don't understand how still regressive a lot of the countries in Europe are when it comes to race.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
And the funny thing is, when they come to Africa, we don't treat them like that.
Never.
We don't treat the white people like that. We got reason.
Never.
We got reason we could be mistreating them, but we don't.
But also, the thing is, a lot of the people that come to Africa, for example, the Dutch people that move, that travel to Africa, you can consider them to be the good ones. The rotten ones are in the Netherlands.
It depends. I've lived in Africa and I've seen.
There's also elite people that have rotten, mentality.
Yeah, I've seen the good 100%. Ones and the bad ones.
But the only thing I'm trying to say is we don't have a history of activism, a history of trying to liberate yourself as a black person, as a black community, as in the UK and in the States. It doesn't exist in the Netherlands. Mm. So what you have is a lot of people, even in high positions, that are very regressive. Mm. Like you think you can't even believe how insulting they are. And you know what? So after 1 year of working there, I said to myself, I studied, I speak English. Why the hell am I still here?
Yeah, you don't have to be.
I don't have to be here. So
if the house doesn't like you, you don't have to be in there.
Exactly. Yeah. So I was like, I can fight all my life, but it doesn't matter.
So you work as a lawyer here now?
Yeah. So I got my master's in the States, and I came here to work as a lawyer. Yeah.
Okay. So what does the future hold for you then?
I'm not sure because of the Brexit thing. Because I work as a Dutch lawyer, and most of the banks now they move to Europe. Mm-hmm. So most of our clients.
Are you a corporate lawyer?
Yeah, exactly. I do employment law, and corporate law in general, like commercial law. And most of our clients in my company, this is the reason why I was hired, is to deal with European, bankers, clients, and stuff like that. But they all move now back to Europe. So but the good thing is now is that the UK government now made a new rule that you can basically do an exam and you can qualify as a solicitor.
Yeah, because they're losing people left, right, and
center.
center.
Yeah. So they made it very easy. I only have to do an exam. Before I had to do a whole examination, a whole conversion course, which cost a lot of money. But now I only have to do an exam.
So that's what you're gonna do.
I think that's probably the first thing I will do. Yeah, this year.
Okay. Yeah. And in sense of returning to Africa. Is that on the cards
I go to Africa every year since 2015.
Okay.
I've been to Uganda, Ethiopia.
Okay, yeah.
And I've been to Sudan, and I've been to Nigeria. I've been to South Africa.
Okay, yeah. What did you think of Sudan? Is it north or south?
I went to Khartoum, the north.
No.
But Sudan is still very underdeveloped, and it's very rough, and it's very difficult if you're too much of an outsider. I look very similar to the Sudanese, so if I'm walking on the street, nothing happens to me. But I met journalists, for example, that were all walking on the street, white or whatever, and then you are immediately a target. It's very still a raw country.
A target in what sense? As in
everyone looking at you. I can feel the pressure, even if it's not about me. I can feel the pressure of that person who's sticking out, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see what you mean. You can see that they would feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Stuff. Okay. That's interesting. So you've travelled quite a bit. So what brought you to South Africa and Nigeria then?
I always wanted to go to the most important countries in Africa.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and
that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, really. Go to the most financially viable countries.
Yeah, and I speak Dutch, so South Africa was an easy country to go to because they speak Afrikaans. Yeah.
But then I heard it's a different kind of Dutch.
It's a very rudimentary type. It's a very ugly version. You know, Dutch is already a harsh language, but it's very there's no the grammar. It's like a child speaking Dutch, basically. It's true.
Like that. Did you tell them that?
Yeah, you know, but they know themselves. They know.
You speak Dutch like a child.
Yeah. Let me put it like this: if in Dutch, if you wanted to say I want to go to the toilet, you say ik wil naar de wc gaan. In Afrikaans, you say basically if you translate it, I want to do pee pee.
Oh,
you know, it's a very.
You're actually saying literally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting.
Exactly, but South Africa was very easy for me to be there because I understood Dutch.
Were you in Cape Town?
Cape Town, yes.
Oh.
It's a beautiful country.
Yeah, everybody says that.
But the inequality is actually painful to see.
Yeah.
But also the people, the South Africans, the black South Africans, they have in a way I don't know what the hell happened there, but they are so psychologically damaged that they even see other non-whites as a threat.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
I went to a corner shop and they were fighting with the Indian guy that was working. I said to one guy, "Why are you fighting with him?" He said, "Oh, we want to make him leave." I was like, "Why?" He said, "Oh, he doesn't deserve to. We need to have a business." I said, "Why don't you open a business?" It's very simple.
And what did he say?
No, I said, you know, he doesn't care. After I say something like that, he stopped talking. But
So he stopped talking once you said that.
Yeah, I said, why don't you just
open a business and then all his community will shop from him and the Indian man will naturally leave.
Yeah, 100%. I said, well, the violence thing, but the violence thing is really big in South Africa.
Okay. When I was there, I was in Durban and Joburg, and I never saw it.
But Durban is a nice place. I've been there too.
I like Joburg as well. A lot of people say, Joburg's bad, but to me, I walked around.
I like Joburg too.
I walked around on my early hours of the morning, and no one bothered me.
No, but the way I see it, it's not about when people talk about the violence. It's about where is the violence directed to. Shops, 100%.
Yeah, and also you have to look at this. When it was apartheid, because of their regime, they probably didn't count black violence.
No, but they didn't give money to the
No, but what I'm saying, sorry, Mohammed, what I'm saying, they probably didn't, you know, when you, what do you call it? When you, I'm trying to think of the words here. That you record, they probably didn't record the black crime unless it affected white people.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah, it's true.
So now, because crime is being recorded and it's affecting white people as well, it's really bad. Because there's no one to say, oh, you can't go to that area because you're white, you're not white, blah, blah, blah. So now crime can affect everybody, it's really bad. 100%. But before that, it was okay. Yeah, so that's why I always look at funny where I have white South Africans who say to me, oh, the country's just gone to pits. And I feel like, in comparison to what?
Yeah, that's right.
Because that's where I mean, you need to explain to me in comparison to what.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's like, really, tell me a time when it was great for everybody.
Yeah.
In that sense, you know. Which is, you know,
it is a messy place.
Yeah. But then it's like America's the same kind of thing.
Yeah, that's right.
America great again. Okay, tell me a time when it was great.
For who was it great?
Yeah. Tell me a time when it was great for everybody.
It was
hard
never.
to say it. You really, what are you going to tell me?
No, but
70s?
But you know, when people say "make America," it's a code word language to certain people.
Yeah. Let's go back to the old ways.
Exactly.
Yeah, in that respect. But yeah. But it's been great talking to you, Mohammed.
Are we there yet? Of course.
Yeah. Well, we're here. We've got 3 minutes away.
Oh, okay.
I've got one last question.
Yeah,
for you.
yeah. Tell me.
The last question is like he's enjoying himself. Is that it? Okay. It's the first time someone's got it. I want to talk more. Okay. What's the impact you want to have on the world?
The only thing I would say is that the only impact I want to have in the world is from a personal angle perspective. I like to write. I would love to write and talk about my opinion, my story, my perspective. And if that doesn't happen, it's okay. The only thing I don't want to have is a negative impact.
Yeah. Okay, I understand. So would you? So you want to write your book, basically?
Yeah. Not necessarily about my life, but I already write articles in general. I'm doing my PhD as well now.
Okay.
So I would love to write and have some positive impact on that level. But if nothing happens, it's okay as long as I don't have a negative impact.
Okay,
that's for me more important than having any impact.
I like that. So do you do a blog?
No, I write articles in a Dutch magazine.
Okay, what's the magazine called?
It's called the Telegraaf.
Okay, and so Telegraaf. So if you're Dutch,
yeah,
you can check out Mohammed on the Telegraaf.
That's right.
Yes. And what would it just? It would just be Mohammed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mohammed, yeah, that's right.
All right. Well, thanks a lot for that, Mohammed.
Yes. You're welcome. Thank you so much for giving me the time and opportunity.
Yeah, much appreciated.
We hope you liked that interview. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to get the latest daily episode. Ever considered investing in the continent with the fastest growing economy and population on Earth? The same continent that holds 30% of the world's known natural resources? Then listen to our sister podcast, Africa Investor Stories, where you will hear real investors with real stories from around the world share their experience of investing in Africa. We post Monday and Thursday at 10 a.m.